One of the biggest concerns employees have or should have with employment agreements is what's called a non-compete or restrictive covenant provision. Usually I'll get a phone call and the employee will ask me, I signed this agreement 5 years ago and I received a letter from my employer today in relation to a termination or that person quitting. And that letter will say that you can't work for a competitor within a 5-mile radius for 3 years. Most of the time, this employee doesn't even have the recollection of signing an agreement or signing a non-compete agreement. And, they ask me, is this possible? Is this really going to stop me from working at this new employer? Most of the time, the answer is yes. Now, obviously, there are things we can do. There's litigation. We can fight it, but no one wants to do that. Of course, there are other provisions. For instance, how can your employment be terminated by your employer? A lot of times, employment will be at will, meaning the employer can terminate you for any reason. And most of the time, these provisions are going to be enforceable. The important thing to note here is that if you're going to enter into an employment agreement, you should always have a lawyer take a look at them. What we'll do is we'll have provisions that require your employer to terminate you with notice, 90 days notice, 6 months notice. These are all very important items that an employee needs to think about and that will eventually need to be addressed in your employment agreement.